Now we have Dr. Michelle Henry, who would be speaking on drug-coated balloons for FemPop occlusive diseases.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again, Dr. Kana. So I would like to speak on drug-eluting balloon. Okay, so drug-eluting balloon have potential benefit, leave nothing behind strategy. That's an argument to use this technique. Allows for future intervention, stent, repeat PTA, and it's particularly attractive in some locations where stents are undesirable. You know that there are a lot of, excuse me, there are a lot of drug-eluting balloons with paclitaxel or now sirolimus. And we can use drug-coating balloon alone. And if you look at this technique, drug-eluting balloon alone versus plain balloon for short lesion, you see a lot of trials showing the superiority of drug coating balloon versus PTA alone. But this trial are with very short lesion and not long-term follow-up. If you look at long-term follow-up with the Stellarex, for example, at 3 years, you see a superiority of drug-coating balloon versus plain balloon alone. And at 4-year follow-up also, you see a superiority of this drug-coating balloon, but it's for short lesion. This impact SFA study more than 300 patients. Also, at 5 years, you see superiority of drug-coated balloon, however, a modest TLR difference. So, drug-coating balloon is the first-line strategy for the treatment of short femoropopliteal disease. In this impact SFA study at 5-year follow-up, there is no difference between diabetic and non-diabetic patients. Impact Global Study, 4-year follow-up, more than 1,500 patients, and you see also durable result indicating this drug-coating balloon as viable solution for the treatment of femoropopliteal disease, better result with claudicants. And in this ACO-ART-1 study, at 5-year follow-up, also you see a better result if you compare with PTA alone, but always with not very long lesion. So, two main problems remains: long lesion, calcified lesion, long complex lesion. In this Impact Global study, you see that for long lesion, you see that the results are not excellent. It's better when you treat shorter lesion. In this real-world registry reported by Schmidt, you see a drop between 1 year and 2 years. So for Schmidt, there is maybe a late catch-up phenomenon. And at 5 years, recently published at Viva meeting this year, you see for TAPE good, better result in CTO, long lesion, instant restenosis. So at 5-year follow-up, you can say even with long lesion, greater than 20 centimeters, the results are favorable. Rosenfield also, using Lutonix, reported favorable result at 2 years. But very interesting, this report by Alburama 2 years ago with Lutonix, 200 lesion, mean lesion length, 20 centimeter, complex lesion. And you can see that the primary patency is poor for all lesion with this all long lesion. And for limb salvage also we have a better result for claudicants. If you compare task A, C, and task CD, we have poor result with task D lesion. So maybe this Lutonix balloon or maybe all drug-coated balloons are not the best for very long lesion. So when you treat long lesion, you have to stent sometimes a lot of patients, between 2 and 50% of these patients. That's the problem of treating long lesion with drug-coating balloon. But in fact, if you place stent, we have similar TLR stented versus non-stented lesion. Calcified lesion. Calcium has been demonstrated to reduce drug-coating balloon efficacy. Calcium is the enemy of all endovascular procedure. And if you look at this slide, you see that for very calcified lesion, the results are less good. But for the 2-year primary patency rate in calcification subgroup, you can see that drug-coating balloon is superior to POBA, but better result in non-severe calcification. However, for Fanelli, you may have good result if you perform longer and stronger inflation. You can use drug-coated balloon with other treatment modality. With BMS, for example, we can predilate before placing drug-coating balloon. And if in this debate, SFA, we predilate before with drug-coated balloon, and you can see that we have better results, drug-coating balloon and BMS versus PTA and BMS for short lesion. Also in this Biolux trial, you can post-dilate with a drug-coating balloon, and also in this DEBA study, when you post-dilate, you have good result, drug-coating balloon and BMS at 2-year follow-up for long lesion. But if you use a thick strut stent like Supera, the results are less favorable. So you can use also drug-coating balloon plus atherectomy. And what is important is the vessel preparation. And you did something else in as many as 50% of the cases. That means you have to prepare the vessel. Prepare the vessel with different modalities: angioscope, laser, rotational, directional atherectomy, lithotripsy, thrombectomy device. In this definitive study, you see that you have good result, good long-term result when you use atherectomy device plus drug-coating balloons. The results are not bad, even in severe calcification. You can also use OAK1 directional atherectomy, and recently published at this meeting, 102 patients with this technique in the reality trial. You see that the procedure is safe and effective, but you have only short-term result and some concern about complication like perforation, embolization. If you can use laser atherectomy plus drug-coating balloon, laser plus drug-coating balloon gives better outcomes than drug-coating balloon alone. You can use Jetstream, but the results are satisfactory, but you may have also some complication. Problem of dissection is interesting. You know that when you use drug-coating balloon with any balloon, you may have dissection, and dissection divided in type A, B, 3. And if you look at treatment for lesion less than 10 centimeters, you see that for dissection group C, the restenosis rate is higher. And for long lesion, you can see that when you have dissection, the results are not very good. So problem of dissection. Problem of instant restenosis, I spoke on that yesterday, so I don't want to insist. Just to remind you that we have a late catch-up at 3-year follow-up. So if you just drug-coating balloon for instant restenosis is not the best solution, and you have to add something, atherectomy device plus drug-coating balloon. You can compare drug-coating balloon and other technology, for example, BMS, and in this meta-analysis, 1 year follow-up, not too long follow-up. BMS are better than drug-coated balloon. In this study, also reported by Steiner, drug-coated BMS after 3 years seems better. Superal seems better than BMS. You can compare also with drug-eluting stent. Drug-eluting stent in this meta-analysis seems better. And if you compare drug-coated balloon DS for Zeller, similar result, and also similar result for long region in this publication. But if you use another drug-coated balloon like Lutonix, there is no difference between drug-coated balloon and DES. In this drastically interesting study, there is no difference between drug-coated balloon and DES. It's recently published at this meeting by Listro, and if you compare task A, B, C, D lesions, there is no difference in terms of primary patency and freedom from restenosis, TLR. So interesting study. This real study also is very interesting, and if you compare, in this study, we had a stratification in short, middle, long lesion. And if you compare this lesion, we have comparable result, drug-eluting stent versus drug-coated balloon at 1 year, but a trend in favor of DS at 3 years. And if you compare also these three short lesion, middle lesion, and long lesion, drug-eluting stent is superior to drug-coated balloon for middle and long lesion, and drug-eluting stent is superior to drug-coated balloon for long lesion. So also DES superior to drug-coated balloon only or drug-coated balloon plus 10. So maybe drug-coated balloon in this study, drug-eluting stent in this study could be superior to drug-coated balloon, at least for long lesion. So, to conclude, drug-coated balloon efficacy has been proven in short, non-calcified de novo lesion. Drug-coated balloon could be the first-line strategy for a wide area of indication in the favorable orbital segment, TAS A, B, and C short de novo lesion. However, important open questions still exist with drug-coated balloon, the treatment of long complex calcified lesion. Drug-coated balloon alone seems not enough. We have to prepare the vessel and use atherectomy device plus drug-coated balloon, laser, and maybe BMS. Drug-eluting stent seems better for long lesion. Drug-eluting balloon is disappointing for the treatment of East-end restenosis with a late catch-up at 2-3 years. Are all drug-coated balloon equivalent? In this comparison trial, yes. There is no significant detectable difference between low dose and higher dose drug-coated balloon. In this Transcend study, also no difference between low dose and higher dose. Just to finish, you know there is a controversy, paclitaxel controversy. And Katsanos, 3 years ago, published a report showing a higher risk of death at 2 years. In fact, now we know that we can use this drug-coated balloon. There is no difference in terms of mortality when you use drug-coated device if you compare with PROBA. And you have a lot of trials showing that this meta-analysis.
Dr. Henry, can you conclude your slides?
Yes, I finish. Impact 5-year mortality, no difference, and also a cohort. You see a lot of trials showing no difference, Voyager, sweet spot, etc. So you can close the door on the paclitaxel controversy. I think Luckstein said, I think we are really starting to close the door on the paclitaxel controversy. But is this controversy really finished? Maybe not, because at this symposium this year, there is a new concern reported by Katsanos, an increased amputation rate after drug-coating device, but no pertinent data. We have to wait for this controversy. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Henry. That was very intuitive and very informative.